The world knows Sam Heughan as the brave, romantic Scottish hero who brought Jamie Fraser to life in Outlander. But behind the charm, the laughter, and the steady confidence, few knew the truth, a truth he carried for years, buried beneath fame and obligation. And now, at last, Sam Heughan has decided to speak. During a recent appearance at a charity event in Edinburgh, an evening meant to celebrate his successful My Peak Challenge initiative, Sam stunned the audience. As he stepped onto the small stage, microphone trembling slightly in his hand, his usually radiant smile faded. What he said next left the room in stunned silence. "I've been hiding something for a very long time," he began, his voice calm but raw. "Something that's been eating at me since Outlander began. And I think it's time you all heard the truth. The burden of perfection." From the outside, Sam Heughan's life seemed flawless. A global star. A beloved actor. A fitness inspiration. But as he explained that night, the reality was far from perfect. "For years, I felt like I was living two lives," he admitted. There was the Sam people saw, confident, successful, happy, and the Sam that went home and felt completely empty. He described the endless pressure of being a symbol of strength and desire, of being Jamie Fraser, not just on screen, but in the eyes of millions who refused to see him as human. "I love what I do," he said softly. "But sometimes, I wondered if people loved me for who I really was, or for the man they wanted me to be." The secret illness. Then came the confession that took everyone by surprise. Sam revealed that during the filming of Outlander Season 5, he was quietly battling a serious health condition that he had chosen to hide. "It started with exhaustion," he said. "I thought it was just stress, long shoots, emotional scenes, endless travel. But then the pain came. There were days I could barely stand. Still, I kept going because I didn't want to let anyone down." Doctors later diagnosed him with a chronic autoimmune disorder, something that caused recurring fatigue, joint pain, and inflammation. For nearly 2 years, he managed it in silence. "I would film all day, pretending to be invincible, and then go back to my trailer and collapse," he recalled. "I didn't tell the crew. I didn't even tell Katrina for a long time. I didn't want anyone to see me as weak." His voice broke as he recounted the loneliness of those months. "I'd look at myself in the mirror and think, if people knew how much this hurts, would they still believe in Jamie Fraser?" Katrina Balfe's unseen role. Sam then revealed how one person, his co-star and closest friend Katrina Balfe, helped him through the darkest period. "She probably doesn't even realize how much she saved me," he said, his eyes glistening. "There were days when I couldn't keep the energy up, and she'd just know. She'd crack a joke, bring me tea, or simply put her hand on my shoulder and say, 'You're doing great, Sam.' It sounds small, but when you're struggling, those moments mean everything." He paused before adding, "She became my anchor when I felt like I was drifting away." For fans who've long speculated about the bond between Sam and Katrina, this confession felt like both confirmation and revelation, a glimpse into a friendship forged not in glamour, but in shared humanity. The emotional toll of silence. After months of keeping his illness secret, Sam said the mental burden began to outweigh the physical pain. "There's a strange kind of shame that comes with struggling," he said. "When the world expects you to be strong, admitting that you're not feels like betrayal." He described how the facade of perfection became a prison, how smiling through pain became second nature. "People would ask how I was, and I'd always say, 'Great.' But inside, I was breaking." It wasn't until one particularly grueling night shoot in the Scottish Highlands that everything changed. "I remember finishing a scene and feeling like my body just gave up," he said. Katrina was there. She helped me sit down, looked me straight in the eyes and said, "Sam, you don't have to do this alone." That moment, he said, was when he decided to seek real help, physically and emotionally. The turning point. After months of treatment, lifestyle changes, and therapy, Sam began to heal. But more importantly, he found something he'd lost years before, himself. "I realized that vulnerability doesn't make you weak," he said. "It makes you real. And being real is what connects us. Not the perfection, not the fame, but the truth." He went on to thank his fans for their unwavering love and patience, even when he had to step away from public appearances. "You've all given me more than you'll ever know," he told them. "You reminded me that I didn't have to be Jamie Fraser to be worthy of love." A message to the world. As his speech drew to a close, Sam took a deep breath and looked out at the crowd, many with tears in their eyes. "I've kept this secret for too long," he said. "But maybe it was never just about me. Maybe someone out there needs to hear that it's okay to admit you're not okay. That asking for help doesn't make you weak, it makes you brave." Then, almost as an afterthought, he smiled, the familiar, gentle smile fans know so well. "And don't worry," he added. "I'm okay now. Stronger than before. Just finally honest." A moment that redefined him. The audience rose in applause, not for the actor, but for the man who had finally allowed himself to be seen. Later, Sam posted a brief message on social media. "For years, I hid behind strength. Today, I choose truth. Thank you for still believing in me." In the hours that followed, thousands of fans flooded the internet with messages of love and support. Many said his words had given them courage to face their own struggles. And perhaps that's the most powerful part of this story, that by revealing his pain, Sam Heughan reminded the world that even heroes bleed. At 45, standing before his fans with no mask left to wear, Sam didn't just drop a bombshell, he set himself free.